Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of I Live for This podcast with me, Trinity the Tuck,
Shontelle Sparkles.
and of course, this is my favorite time of the week where we get to just have a kiki together and talk about just random stuff. Before we get into the Battle of the Besties, you and I were talking about you potentially entering another pageant this coming year. What made you like decide? Because we had talked about this, and you were like, "I'm gonna go next year."
Yeah, I don't know exactly if I'm gonna do it yet, and I don't want to say what pageant I'm doing just because I don't want to, you know, get
Right.
people excited and then me not show up.
Yeah.
But it's definitely been one of them things where in the industry, normally people respect, and I know like I don't know how to say this without just saying it. You get more respect when you have two nationals under your belt than you do with one. It's just it's just something that is said. It's not me. I've heard it said multiple times. And I'm a hungry bottom, bitch. I want another one. I am.
Well, I was shocked because you had talked about y'all selling your house and moving, and like if you're trying to do all that and you're
I know, but I feel like what it is, Mocha Montrese, she's pretty much like a second drag mom to me. She's really close with me and she also gives me really good advice. And she's another one. She's won multiple national titles and has some really good wisdom. And she told me, she said, um, you need to attack when it's hot. When your name is still in their mouths and you're still fresh and you've done like people know what I did with my reign. I had 35, 33 contestants. Was the most organized. The step down was amazing. People still talk to me to this day about how their experience was. So I mean, the proof is in the pudding. But if I sleep on this, then I feel like it's just going to go away because people as much as I did so much with my reign, people forget about you like the very next day. You know what I mean? There's just so many things happening in today's world that unfortunately people's
attention span is short.
attention span, yeah, the attention span just does not stay. It's like when a fly flies in front of the screen, they're like, "Oh, you know what I mean?"
Yeah.
So
Well, I support you no matter what. I'll be there to support
I
you.
might have you dress me, bitch.
Yeah, whatever you need. I will be
Because the
there.
the last person that dressed me was amazing, Carmen Kazi, phenomenal, phenomenal pageant queen. One of those people where um lives it, breathes it. When she's in competitive mode, she wants to be competitive. And
Yeah.
she's one of them friends where like she did not let a flyaway go by. Girl, final night, my bodysuit ripped. And I said, what am I going to do to get this bodysuit? She hand sewed the bodysuit together in the crotch, hot glued the crotch to my fucking tights. That's the kind of dresser that you need when you're doing a pageant. Yeah, so I need someone that because unfortunately, Carmen and I are no longer friends for whatever reasons, but I
Because
need
you're a
someone.
horrible bitch.
No, bitch. And listen, love Carmen to death, love her from afar, support her, all the time. If she was to ask me for something, I probably would do it for her. But it's okay to not have friends that you vibe with. We weren't good matches. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, some people come into your life for a long time, and some people come in just for a season.
Yeah, and they teach you special things for your journey. And I feel like she taught me a lot about myself and that's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now if I do another pageant, I need someone that's gonna like basically die for me. And I know you would.
Wow, wow. Well, speaking of dying, let's battle.
Let's do it. Let's see who dies first.
I have my three questions. I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
First one is easy. Do I want kids?
No,
You're
you
right.
don't. You don't like children.
I have two nephews and two nieces, which I adore. I don't like nobody else's kids. I do not want kids. I am too selfish with my life to give up the things that I want for
Well,
somebody else.
nowadays to have a kid in general is like what it's insane. I forgot the number, but it's like to put a kid through school in general is like more than what someone makes in a year.
Yeah,
You know
girl,
what I
I
mean?
ain't trying to do that. I don't want no
It's
kids.
too much.
Mm-mm.
Who
No.
wants to have kids in this economy, bitch? Nobody.
Do you want kids?
It's definitely been something that I've thought about just because um I don't know. It's just it's crossed my mind and it's crossed Ethan's mind, but who knows when that'll ever happen if it happens.
Okay, what's your first question?
My first question is, what do I look for in a friend in general?
Loyalty for sure.
Absolutely. Reliability, loyalty.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those people where like I just posted this on my page yesterday where I'm one of those friends where like I won't talk to you all the time. And
Yeah.
I like that. I like my own space. I like to be left alone. But if you called me tomorrow and was like, "Bitch, I need you. I need your help. Whatever with whatever." I would do that. I would just stop everything.
Same. I'm the same way. I'm the same way. That's why I think our friendship has lasted so long because we don't hound each other. We're not up each other's asses 24/7. I mean, it helps that we don't live together anymore. But even if we did live together, I think with my schedule and what you have going
No, bitch.
on,
Us living together would be insane because you have so much going on now. Because when it was different whenever we lived together and you were doing EOY and all this other stuff and you were traveling for your reign, you made me costumes in exchange for like hair and like I learned a lot from me and you learned a lot from or I learned a lot from you and you learned a lot from me. But I feel like you are a person that you want stuff from your friend, which obviously you can get it from anybody, but I feel like you would overwork me to death. You would work me
uh,
to my bones, bitch. You'd be like, I need a hairpiece for this. I need a hairpiece for that. Oh,
but
you're going with me to this
but
venue.
I would
I need
pay
you to come.
you,
Right. But you'd be like, I need you to go here and dress me. You're coming to Mexico with me. And I'd be like,
but I
and
would
you're a
pay
fucking,
you.
right. But yeah, you're the kind of
You
person that, um, what is it called when you push, like when you push people over?
a pusher.
Like you like a pusher. You steamroll people.
I don't think that's true.
I think it is.
I think that because you're my friend
I
and
would do it for you. I
no, no,
would.
no, no, I know you do, and you come through every single time. But I think the reason why I come to you every single time I need hair is because you're my friend and I want to support
And
your
I respect
business.
that and I love that and I'm thankful for you. But I want you to keep doing that. But I think that if we lived together, it would be worse.
I think that no, I don't think that. I think that the difference
No,
between I think the difference between you years ago when we lived together and you now is that you know how to say no
you're right.
now. So if you couldn't do it, you would tell me no, and I would be like, okay, there's
I think
14.
what also makes the situation different, and this plays into another one of my questions. This is bestie breakdown. Never mind. Okay, so basically, my next thing would be I feel like you've changed a lot as a person because old Trinity is the kind of person where, like, if someone tells you no, you don't ever ask them again. You're like, next, moving on. You don't get another
Yeah, but
chance.
I don't think even then I would have done that with you. We were best friends. We've been best friends. I
Yeah,
think I don't think that's true. I think with certain people, yes. But with that being said,
because we have more investment.
that's still that I haven't changed. You may think it's changed. That has not changed.
I feel like
If
you've become a little bit more laid back about things because
no,
you don't expect as much from people as you used to.
maybe not. Maybe I don't expect as much from you because you're busy. Like I'm very aware. Like you have your own clients and your wig
I
business.
think also what
Back,
made you change that perspective is when you came to stay with me one day and it was like just a late we weren't doing much of anything. You came to stay with me for something very minute, but it was definitely needed. But you got to see what my life was like in a normal situation. And you came
yeah.
to check on me and you were like, bitch, you still doing hair? You still doing this? You still doing that? And I'm like, yeah, girl, this is what I do 24/7 to pay my bills.
Yeah, and back then you weren't doing that. So
Right.
there's a lot that's different, but for me, I if somebody told me no, they can't do something, like if I'm hiring them, I will just move on
Yeah.
to somebody else because there's 1,000 hairstylists, there's 1,000 designers. The difference is though, if you would have told me that back then, I wouldn't have because we're friends. My next question is, what was my favorite childhood show? I have two, but as long as you guess one, and I'll give you three guesses.
Was it a sitcom?
No, it was a kid show.
Was it what is it called? Oh my God. It's got Big Bird on it.
No, bitch, you date me. I'm not that old.
Well, bitch, you look like Big Bird.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. Um, was it a cartoon?
One of them?
Was it girl, this is just me throwing shit out in the fucking air. Cat dog. Hey
No.
Arnold.
No, but I did like Hey Arnold.
Oh my goodness. Girl, don't ask me where I thought of these.
You get one more guess.
Was it Daria?
No.
I
Um,
loved Daria.
my so I had two favorite shows. One was Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh my God, I loved Are You Afraid of the Dark? That was so fierce.
So my first one is Are You Afraid of the Dark?
That was so fierce. I
And back
love Are
then
You
I
Afraid
got
of the
so
Dark?
scared. Yeah, so scared. Now I tried to rewatch those a couple of years ago. I was like, this is the dumbest shit.
I miss those that like especially I don't know if you had these back in the day we would go to the book fair and
Oh my God.
I used to beg my parents just for like $5 just to go to the book fair and buy one of those scary stories books
Yeah.
because the front covers were always so cool
Yeah.
and I thought they
So
were
good.
scary as shit. But anyway, yeah.
And my
What was your other
second
one?
favorite kid show was Rugrats.
Oh, I loved Rugrats. Who was your favorite character?
Um, I think it was probably Angelica.
I think mine too, probably. She was just so cunty.
Yeah, such a bitch. I also really liked Ah Real Monsters.
Oh, I loved All Real Monsters.
Yeah, yeah. Well, so what was your favorite childhood show?
Mine was Sailor Moon, just because I remember waking up every single morning for school at like 5:30, 6 a.m., watching Sailor Moon in the morning and then getting ready for school and Pokemon.
Wow,
Yeah.
I never got
Yeah,
into
yeah, yeah.
Pokemon or Sailor Moon.
I feel like the newer generations have become more they're starting to look like some Digimon characters
Mm,
because they're just so like detailed, like robotic looking. And I feel like the old Pokemon, they were cutesy, demure, very mindful of how they looked. And now they're just too much. But anyway,
interesting. What's your next question?
my next question is, what is my favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh,
If I eat ice cream.
yeah, because you don't really like sweets. I have no idea, so I'm
Girl,
gonna
we
just.
just ate a milkshake together, like when you came to my house.
Oh my God, let me think. The sweater is itchy. What was your fucking milkshake? Was it mint chocolate chip?
No. You get one more.
Okay, butter pecan.
Bitch, I hate pecans.
Okay, well, what is it?
It's banana.
Oh,
When we
ew.
went to rallies, remember, and we got milkshakes, and I was like banana, and you were like, ew, you like banana?
Banana ice cream?
Well, I like milkshakes. I don't really eat ice cream.
Hmm. Choices,
Choices.
choices. My favorite is Bluebell
Oh,
cookies
she's
and cream.
bougie. She got on Drag Race, and she thinks she got money now, so she can buy Bluebell
Bluebell is
ice
not
cream.
expensive. Bluebell is not
You
expensive.
fucking bougie bitch.
But Bluebell cookies and cream.
Mm.
Hmm. I don't like any other kind of cookies and cream, only Bluebell.
Suck her
Um,
ass.
but if I eat like what is that one? Haagen-Dazs. I like
I've never heard of
their
that.
it's like a fancy that one's a fancy ice
That
cream.
see, there you go. Hmm.
They sell it at Walmart. So it ain't
Mm.
that fancy, but I like their dulce de leche, which is like a caramel flavor.
I don't even know what you just said, but okay.
And that one
All I know is leche is cum.
in dulce de leche in a milkshake form is fierce sweetie. It is
Mm.
so good. Mm.
Leche.
That's my real hair.
What are you talking about? You
Your
stupid
next
bitch.
question.
I just asked, what is my favorite ice cream flavor?
Oh, okay, it's my turn. My last question is, how many cats have I owned in my life?
One cat.
No,
Two cats.
no,
Bitch. Three cats.
three cats.
How have you had three cats? I've never
Wh-
heard you tell me this.
So I've only ever had one indoor cat, which is the one I have now. When I was little, my grandmother, she used to clean houses for a living. And one of the ladies that she cleaned their house had a cat and it had kittens and she was trying to like home them. And so after they got old enough, like much older, like bigger than just like little kittens, like they were like big little kittens. We took two of them. They were both black cats, and I named them Simba and Sam.
Oh, that's cute. I had a cat named Simba.
And they had to stay outside because
Mm.
my grandmother was allergic to cats. So they were outside cats. They lived outside, and yeah. And my grandfather would feed them, but he would not call them by their name. So he would call
Why?
them because because they were twins, so he couldn't tell them apart. So he just
Oh,
called them
okay.
boys. He's like, "Come here, boys." So that was that turned into their name, boys.
Mm,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. Something you didn't know about me. Your question.
My
Wait.
question.
How many cats have you owned?
That's a long question. That's a big question. That's a lot because I've had so many cats growing up. A lot. I don't even know how many I've had.
Wow.
I don't. Well, let me think here. I don't even know. I don't even remember, bitch.
No, well, okay. From your recollection of the cats that you loved, that you owned.
Well, we had one named Shadow, and he was one of the cats that we had all throughout my childhood growing up. He got eaten by our dog one day from home. It was scary, bitch. Gives me nightmares. So I came home from school one day, and he was torn to shreds on the patio. So sad. I literally cried my eyes out because Shadow, like we grew up with this cat. Scary. And then we had another cat. His name was Simba, which is what I told you, remember? And he was a really sweet cat, but he became an asshole and started peeing all over my fucking clothes. And one day he peed on my fucking pile of clothes that I wore to school one day. And girl, I go to school and I'm sitting in lunch period eating with my old best friend Brittany, and we're sitting there eating and kikiing and talking and stuff. And I'm like, what does that smell? Do you smell that? And Brittany's like, ew, what is that? That stinks like cat pee. And I go and I smell my shirt and I'm wearing the clothes that my cat peed all over. And he did that multiple times. So I got to a point where I was like, fuck this cat. And I put him outside. He became an outdoor cat. He became an asshole, very, very feral and like mean when he became an outdoor cat. Um, I have Barbie, which you know Barbie, we've had him forever. Um, at least five cats. I don't even remember, girl. It's been a lot.
Wow. A lot of pussy.
A lot of pussy, to be honest. But anyways, my next question is if you could be, no, if I could be any superhero, who would it be and why?
Hmm. Superhero villains are not included, correct?
Anybody.
What do you
Hero.
mean?
Hero.
Hero. Okay. Um, Wonder Woman.
Close, but no. She loves too many people.
She loves too many people.
Yeah. She believes in the name of love. And I'm like, girl, I don't love everybody.
Oh, I don't know then. I don't know very many women like girl superheroes
Well, why are you assuming I want to be a woman?
because you're a woman.
Bitch. Are you
Oh,
fucking
okay, fine. The penguin.
damn. That is a villain, not a hero.
Depends on who it is asking.
Girl, have you seen the penguin, by the way?
No,
Bitch, you have to see it because
I don't.
I
Mm-mm.
feel like you would like it because it's not literal to the penguins to the what the penguin you would know.
But
It's
that's what I
more
will. But
like
I like that.
it's penguin, but I feel like it's more like Sopranos. Did you like the Sopranos?
No.
You're fucking stupid. I know you would. I know you would. Because you'd be liking stupid shit.
Is that all the questions?
The hero that I would want to be is probably Scarlet Witch because she could rewrite reality. So if a
Um,
bitch crosses me, I could just erase them from time.
wow. She'd be doing that on Facebook all the time,
And
erasing
no, that's
block,
you. Trinity the
block.
Scarlet Witch.
The Scarlet Bitch.
There you go.
I don't know who won this round. This was like I think we were
This
all over the
was
place.
hectic.
Hectic. Okay, going into Bestie breakdown. First question. If you could switch lives with someone for a day, who would it be?
President Trump.
And why?
Because I would change, girl. It would be like that movie, Freaky Friday. I would go into his body and I would destroy his whole life. And I would be
Work.
gay. I would go blow people in public. And I would be like, I would just be the most psycho bitch as President Trump, and I would ruin him.
Damn. That was I did not that was chaotic. I did not see that coming. I was thinking you were gonna say uh like Cleopatra or the Queen of England or something, bitch. I did not see that coming. You said
Your
it so
face,
quick.
you looked like you were about to Scarlet Witch me, bitch.
You said it so fast too. I was like, oh shit.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my God. Okay, so if I could switch with someone for one day, I would probably switch. Now, something I didn't formulate, is this someone living or anybody from all time?
Um, Anybody.
Hmm. I would probably switch with, yeah, hell, why not? Cleopatra. I want to see like what the pyramids and Egypt
What
was.
actually looked like.
Yeah, what the glory days of all of that was.
I wonder if it was as glamorous as it like was portrayed in the books and stuff because like everything was beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
It probably was hot as shit,
Uh-huh.
you
Oh,
know, and like
that's why they
they
had those
had
people
no
fanning them.
deodorant.
Oh,
They did
ooh,
not have razors to shave her pussy.
oh, oh,
Bitch,
oh.
you sure you want to be Cleopatra?
Cleopatra coming at
Cleopatra.
ya.
Cleopatra on that batch.
You stupid. Okay, what's your question?
Mine is um what was your opinion or how did you feel when we first met each other of me?
I thought you were a queen who had a lot of potential. Um, definitely needed some guidance.
Yeah.
But I saw a lot of potential. I saw like a lot of talent because you were already really good at hair. And at the time in like this is before like people were doing like YouTube and all that kind of stuff. Your makeup was really good for how where you were in your drag career. Your makeup was really good.
Yeah.
So I saw a lot of potential.
What was your opinion though? Not about my drag per se, but just like who I was. When I showed up to like rehearsals and we got to Kiki, like
You
You
were
didn't know
you were
me.
unsure of yourself. You were unsure of yourself. You were like a little twink. Like you were a follower for your boyfriend at the time. Like you had no opinions of your own. You shied away from a lot of things. You just weren't you didn't know yourself yet.
Yeah,
And
you're right.
so over the next couple of years you got away from that guy and things just dramatically like honestly that next 2 years dramatically switched. You like really quickly like figured things out, what you liked, what you didn't like, what you wanted, and you went after those things and it just kept building and kept building.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna be like, I thought you were a bitch.
No, I didn't think you were a bitch. I thought you were a little quiet, actually.
Yeah, which I feel like I still am. It just depends on the person I'm around or the people. Like, you know,
Yeah, but I think it comes from a different place now. I don't like back then it was like
timid.
timid, unsure. Now it's more like you just don't want to give your energy to things until you're aware, till you are sure.
Yeah, for me, it's kind of like if I know that I'll vibe with you and I know that you'll invest in me, then I'll invest back into you.
Yeah. My
Anyways,
next question is, what's one thing you've always wanted to try but haven't yet?
does it have to be with food? Does it have to be with like what's the theme? Bless
Anything.
you.
Thanks.
One thing I've always wanted to try. This is a good story. So my friend today, this is just something that I've always wanted to do. That's kind of like a fantasy. So my friend shows up to work today and is like, "Girl, I gotta tell you what happened." And I was like, "What happened?" And she's like, "I know you're gonna love it." And I was like, "Oh, tell me." So then I turn around, I eat my salad, and she's like, "Bitch, I was at Hobby Lobby and I walk in, and this guy that's hot he's like, he looked Mexican, she said, with a mullet, very, very cute, looks at her and goes like this. And so she follows him to the bathroom, sucks him off in the bathroom, gets him off completely. She gets off. They walk out of the bathroom like nothing happens.
In he's working at Hobby Lobby?
No, he was just at Hobby Lobby. And he looked
Work.
at her and she was like, or he was like, so as soon as they both just went to the bathroom, did their business, and then literally walked out like nothing happened. I've always wanted to do that.
Work. Well, it
But I,
sounds like you need to go cruising in Hobby Lobby.
well, right. I'm like, why don't people ever do that to me? You know
Was
what I
this
mean?
was this Callie?
Yeah.
Well, girl, she's easy, bitch. What do you mean? Like,
Do I not look easy?
no, you don't. You look like a stuck-up bitch.
What's funny is Callie was like, well, you don't look like a slut. And I was like, oh, what do I gotta wear to be a slut?
Well, she was probably went in there and like stared at him down. Like
Well,
he was
yeah, you know
like
how extra she is, bitch.
turkey dinner, bitch. She was just looking at him, honey.
She said he was uncut too and big.
Oh, juicy.
Mm.
Juicy. All right. One thing that I've always wanted to try, not as exciting, but I've always wanted to go to one of those trampoline parks. Like
Oh, me too. That would be so fun.
I've never done that, and I've always wanted to do it because
Did
like
you see the video of the girl when she was in the trampoline park and she fell down into like the little thing and her wig came off?
uh
I feel like
but
that'd be
that would be
very
so
you.
fun. But girl, like I'm pushing 40, girl. Me
We'll
going to a
break a
trampoline
hip.
park, girl, exactly, girl.
We'll break that silicone, bitch.
Twist my ankle, girl.
That would be fun though. We should do that. They have
They
one here
down,
in
they
Louisville,
down.
I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm. All right, your question.
My next and last question is, how do you think we've changed since we first met?
As friends,
Yeah.
I think we are way more in tune with each other. I think that when we first met, I was the leader
Hmm.
because you needed guidance. I think now you're very sure of yourself and you don't need as much guidance. You still do every once in a while, but I feel like more now we are equal
Yeah.
in contributing to our friendship. Um and that's the biggest to me, that's the biggest change.
Yeah. I feel like you in general with your friend with our friendship has just become more laid back
Hmm.
and less like so pushy and stuff about everything.
Well, I think I'm just very hard anyway.
Yeah.
But for you, because I saw a lot of potential, and I was as you know, I was very hard on you with like expectation,
And
wanted you
that's
to.
what I try to tell people because people don't understand that when you are Trinity the Tuck's drag daughter or best friend, it's like being in a fucking boot camp, bitch.
Like you said though, probably not as much anymore.
No,
But
it's not.
back then though, I wanted you to be your best, and
Yeah.
I knew your potential, and I knew what you could do. And you were so timid. You were not a go-getter. You would not go and do the thing. If I would not have pushed you, you would not have went and did the things that you did.
Yeah.
Like
You're
I
right.
think
Especially with EOI.
with EOY, with moving, I think that you would have stayed in Florida and just, worked at a salon and, you
Worked
know,
at the local clubs.
yeah, and that'd be that. But
Probably
that's
would
why
have
I
done a few
pushed you.
local pageants and lost them.
But that's why I pushed you, and that's why I was hard on you because I
Yeah.
knew. And now I don't have to be because now you are exactly how I was now.
Which is crazy because you were younger. I feel like I'm a late bloomer for everything. I've always been.
And that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
You're a pusher too when it comes to. But the difference is you don't chase people down. So like if one of your drag daughters is not putting in the effort, you'll push them a little bit, but once they show, hey,
Well, I
they're
think
not.
it's because of like the past mistakes that I've made, especially with my old drag daughter. She's dead now. But
Rest
she
in peace.
girl, not rest in peace. Rest in hell. Um she she like jaded me because I tried to be like how you were with me because I saw how much talent she had. But I think I over guesstimated with her
Mm,
because I didn't pay attention to the signs. Like she had a lot of negative traits that I overlooked. And I really expected so much from her. And I think the when I pushed her and I expected so much, she thought I was bullying her. You
mm.
know what I mean? It was always like, oh, you're being too hard on me. It's like, I'm being hard on you because I see the potential in you and I know how good you can be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's kind of like how you were with me. So now, because of all that happening, us falling out because of all the bullshit that happened, um, I don't invest as much because
yeah,
one, I feel like that could happen again. Someone's like, "Oh, you're being a bully or you're pushing me too hard." And nowadays with drag, you can't tell people what you think, even if they're your
yeah,
drag daughter. They take everything fucking personal. I'm like, "Girl, do you want to grow?" No,
yeah,
obviously. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm only gonna push you so much. And if you want to grow and you can push yourself. And also, the more success that you get, and you know this, is the more people with hands out.
yeah,
Everybody sees something that you can offer them and they're like, oh, let me be nice to see how far I can get and see how much I can get. And then once I get what I want out of you, then it's like, okay, moving on.
yeah,
So when you said that I don't invest as much in people, those are the reasons. Because
yeah,
people are fake as fuck.
yeah. I totally
Period.
get it. I totally get it. My last question is, who in your life has had the biggest impact on who you are today?
Who in my life? Probably you.
You think?
I think so because like you said prior, you have pushed me so much with drag, you've pushed me with business, you've pushed me with how to interact with people online. Um, I think just in general, like my parents are very they used to be like really supportive of me, which is really crazy to me because now they're like very I think with my parents, they're supportive, but how do you describe this?
I feel like your parents were, I don't, because I haven't interacted with them in years,
My parents love my drag.
but
They
back
support my
then,
drag.
I feel like they're supportive, but hands off.
Correct. It's very much like we support you and we want to be those parents that say we support you, but we don't want to do anything to actually support you.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
always been like that. And, I feel kind of horrible because I shouldn't expect anything from anybody. But even with my music career, I feel like I probably could have blossomed further if my parents would have invested more into me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like I had two albums out at the time when I was traveling and doing DJ shows and stuff like that. But all that money came from my DJ shows and my sales and me doing everything. And my parents were like, we support you, or we support your drag. So I think you're really the person that has inspired me to do all the stuff that I've done.
Yeah. Well, I feel like maybe because my answer is similar. Like, I think queer parents are sometimes more important than your actual parents.
Yeah.
I think that Bob is probably the one who's had the biggest impact because he is kind of like my real father. Like
Yeah.
he's pushed me, and like when I first moved to Florida, I had no job, I had no money. He paid my bills for 3 months, all of them.
That's crazy.
Um, he got me my first job at the Honey Pot when I moved there. He got me that job,
Oh, fears.
and he guided me through pageants, and yeah, it was probably him for similar reasons that you say.
Yeah, I was gonna say something, I really forgot. Oh, that's my train of thought. Fuck.
We'll come
It
back
had
to it
some,
if you.
yeah, it had something to do with that, but
Well, let's move on to the next segment, which is finish this sentence, kind of like what we did last week.
okay.
Um, these are sayings, and you just got to fill in the blank
I did this last week. Why don't
because I already came up with these.
all
So,
right.
so next week, come up with your own.
All right.
Um, so the first one is bite the blank.
Apple.
What? Where did you come up with
No,
apple?
why?
No. Bite the bullet.
Oh, bite the bullet. Shit. I
Yes.
thought we were doing movie quotes for a second. Shit.
No. Okay, so bite the bullet means to endure painful or difficult situations. The origin in the days before anesthesia, soldiers in battle were often given a bullet to bite on during surgery to help distract from the pain.
Oh, could you imagine that bullet just going off in their mouth? I
Can
got one to
you?
tell you though before I forget.
Okay, tell me.
Take one for the.
Team.
This could also portray taking it up the ass. Um, taking one for the team basically just means sacrificing something that means a lot to you for everyone else's needs,
Work. Okay.
right?
Yeah, I don't know. Did you just look that up? You just made that up?
Girl, I just made that shit up.
You just made that up, bitch. I live. Okay, the next one is blank the ice.
What'd you say?
The next one is blank the ice.
Break the ice.
Perfect.
That's pretty
And
much just meaning like, you know, making light of the situation, right?
to initiate conversation or ease social tension. So yes,
Yeah.
basically. And the origins is in the 17th century, ice-breaking ships were sent to clear frozen waterways for other boats to pass. So
Hmm.
metaphorically, it came to represent clearing tension in social settings.
Very cool.
Yeah. The last one is a two-parter. Cost and blank and a blank.
Cost in a blank in what?
Cost and blank and a blank.
I don't know.
Cost an arm and a leg.
Hmm.
And it means something very expensive. The
Yeah.
origins is believed to come from the 18th century portrait painting, where full body portraits, including arms and legs, were more expensive than just head and shoulder portraits.
Hmm. You
Interesting,
learn
right?
something every day. Every episode on here, y'all. You get
Every
some
episode.
education.
So the
Shit, I
last
just dropped
thing
my
before
phone.
we leave this episode is the I call shade moment. And
Mine is easy.
oh well, tell me.
Mine was I was sleeping the other night, and when I sleep, I tend to go like that. So I was, I guess,
What in
closing.
the
I act like I'm eat like Ethan always tells me like when I'm sleeping, it looks like I'm eating something. So I guess when I was sleeping, I bit my lip and it turned into a canker sore. So now I'm over here like, fuck, it
wow,
hurts like a bitch.
that's a long story just to say you got herpes.
Oh, sucking too much dick at Hobby Lobby.
Oh my God. My I call shade moment actually happened today. I went to Aldi to go grocery shopping. And girl, I don't know why, but this Aldi was packed full of senior citizens. Girl, everywhere I turn, there was a slow ass cart going 2 miles an hour. It was like, what is happening? I get to the frozen food aisle, and there's like a specific thing that I need to get. Well, this old lady has put her cart slap up against the doors in the frozen aisle, and she's in this one door that's next to her. So she's got two of them blocked next to her, plus the one that she's in, and she's looking through everything, and she takes things out, flips it over, and she's reading all of the ingredients in every
Girl,
single thing.
this is Christmas with the cranks, honey, when they're trying to get that damn ham.
I'm literally standing there forever because she does it because I need to get the stuff out of the
Why didn't
third
you tell that fucking bitch to move?
because I didn't want to be rude. She's an old
Fuck
lady.
that. No, ma'am.
So I had to wait for
Sometimes the one
her.
thing about old people is that they think because they're old that we're supposed to just deal with their rudeness
Well,
because they're old. I'm like, no, bitch, that's not how life works.
I needed to get stuff in the third door. So I had to wait for her to get through that one and then the middle one and then the third one. She went through every single one of those and pulled out
I'm
different
so
things and
surprised you did not say something.
girl, I just was like scrolling through Instagram, TikTok while I'm literally standing,
Making a TikTok at Aldi.
girl, like literally a foot from her.
You
If she
should have
would have
put
turned
her
around,
on TikTok.
if I would have like I was standing behind her, if she would have turned around, it would have probably startled her how close I was. But I was
God
like, fuck, come on, it's the last thing I had to get. So I call shade.
damn. That's crazy.
Well, that has been our episode today. I hope you had fun learning some new things about us.
Educated.
Edumacated. Go suck some dick in Hobby Lobby. Spread the love and the
Spread the
clap.
Lord, the Jesus
Yeah,
Savior.
yep. And go follow Shontelle on all of her socials at Shontelle Sparkles. Glitterbomb Wigs. Go follow her on Blue Sky. Follow me on Blue Sky. Trinity the Tuck. Trinity the Talk on TikTok. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.